feel weird about doing this in the elevator, but hello. We have here the start of, technically, this isn't day one of this, as I'll call it, the Creative Cohort. Oh, okay. This is what routine looks like. Getting everything set up, getting everything back the way it should be, etc., etc. And turning on lights. Hi. I'm trying this for like the 100th time. I swear I will get this vlog right eventually. And I've got this desk way too high, but that's beyond the point. This new challenge, sorry, I have to fix something. This new challenge, the Creative Cohort Challenge is what I'm calling it, even though that's not what technically the program's called. So I'm part of a space called IU Innovates, working on my own studio, my own startup, which is a studio, so I'll not tell you its name yet. One day I will take these off. One day I will tell, and hopefully one day soon. So, long story short, Creative Cohorts. The staff here have gathered some creatives who are interested in the program. There's like at least 4 of us, probably more than 4 of us, not counting the mentors in this program. Probably about 6 of us. I'll know this Friday. I have been at this since last Friday, which it's been, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, now it's Tuesday. It's already been 5 days. I'm considering this day 1 for the blog at least. Yeah. I should have started this like Saturday when I started sitting down and writing, and so far, my camera's right here. I can't, when you get distracted by the screen. Okay, anyway. So long story short, my challenge, we each pick a challenge, a goal is better for it. We each pick a goal, and we try to complete it by the end of this month, which is April 2025 right now. I am writing this cool little nightmare story, and I don't have a name for it, or even a proper project title beyond the Nightmare Project, which is based on real nightmares. I had 2 that same week, and I was going to make 2 separate stories. Was when I came in last Friday. I was like, dude, I'm turning these into stories. I'm going to write 20K each. Goal is to get one of them done. I've changed my mind just a little bit. So what I'm going to do is turn both of them into the same story. And I've worked this out in my head, what I'm working with, the characters that have chosen to come out. I have a newish character. She's based off of a character I've worked closely with before and a character I have not worked closely before. So it's kind of exciting. But mashing the 2 together kind of creates a new version of the character that has much bigger plans, and it fills in some plot holes, makes her interesting, gives her ability to grow, and makes her other steps make more sense in a way. We'll see how this works out. I'm going to see how this works officially with the original plans. The problem I ran into, that character's thrown a wrench into all my plans, so I gotta figure out the situation with my god characters, and maybe I should say divine, with my divine characters, and some of the characters that are connected to those divine, and it's really changed how I'm thinking about it. I'm wondering if, I found out several secrets because of this. I'm wondering if what I'm working with is a possible... Do I want to reveal this? I don't think I want to reveal this. But I think I'm working with a type of character that I've been searching for a while. And out of all the characters I've got in my own mega multiverse, as I call it. It has a name, but I will not say it right now. And it makes me wonder that because she's connected to... So Mary is her name. She's connected to another character named Ethereal later on in my other stories that I've dabbled with. And it's so weird to think that she's this kind of character when I didn't think she was, or at least ethereal, having ethereal connected to this. Mary, I would never think she was this kind of character either. So yeah, what I say is valid. What happens? Not what happens. What am I trying to say? I don't know anymore. It's just so weird the way things have come out in just this simple nightmare story. Like, I am working with the Thera again. Obviously, I've created Mary, a mashup of two characters that really need to be mashed up. I am possibly working with the Angel again, which I haven't delved too deeply, but because of where the story falls, it is diving like really close to what would have been the origin story. And this is still the origin story in a way, but the way I'm writing both the graphic novel and this story, they're on two separate timelines, which is exciting. And I'm not gonna say how these timelines cross. That's for the readers to discover later on, once I've written several books in this mega multiverse. Yeah. I mean, it has changed even the shape of this. It would be a multiverse of multiverses, is what this little world is. And it's so exciting because I think I'm working with another world that we've kind of called the Rave World. It is what the title says, but it's also where I'm housing on very special characters. I will not say how it's connected. It is the one world that is connected to all the other worlds in my mega multiverse, obviously. And there is a very specific reason why. I'm not ready to talk about it yet. I gotta work on details, especially if this story is set there, and then I gotta get everybody out to where Earth is at. So they're very close to Earth in this story. And it's just working out the final details, and it's really feeling like a liminal space, which is what I want. It's got that nice liminal space feel, and it's very calming and very strange. On the edge of strange, because I'm trying to make it familiar and not too the parking lot never ends. I know that's a Backrooms thing, so I don't want to completely take from Backrooms. I'm trying to do something a little different if I can. And it just takes a lot of iteration, a lot of layering, a lot of planning, a lot of up here work in my head, obviously. And I hope to get some of this done today. I am not as far along as I wanted to be. I wanted to be at 10K by today, by the time I come back. But because of family issues, family being family and driving my emotions crazy, that is normal for me. Not normal, period. But anyway, besides that, trying to take care of pets, because I've got a lot of pets. A chicken. I've got several chickens. I've got a lovebird. I've got several cats. They need me. They're pet kids. They need me. And on top of that, day job, which is part-time, thankfully. It gets hard to work on this stuff at home, so I am glad to be in this space working on things today and have time dedicated to writing this book. Also illustrating. I need to practice my illustration if I gotta draw something by the end of the month to go with this story. That was part of my deal. That was part of my deal. It's like making a deal with the devil in a way. Don't get mad at me, guys, if you're watching this. Yeah. I think this is going to be a good day. Okay. Working on today's VSS story, VSS 365 story. Today's word is life. Yesterday it was death. I kind of went with the classic death because I've got a character that is death, or represents death. I don't have a character that's debatable. I might have a character that represents life, but I'd have to go back through and think about who would be exactly. once upon a time, back when I first started writing, I did have a character that was that represented life. Vitality is what I called it. I no longer have that character. Because that character was a brother of the main character, and I've changed the brother of the main character since then, thankfully. Yeah, when you're in high school working on novels, you think everything's cool, and clearly I wrote about cheesy stuff. Of course, you gotta start somewhere as a writer. Yeah, my question is, what am I gonna write about life? There's not a lot I could write about besides saving a life or taking a life. I could do the classic life and death kind of. Is there a trope with that? I could do something like that. Man, that feels very sunny. Anyway, I could do... no, my brain hurts. The life of a candle is rather short. It burns until it burns no more. But for the candle in the shop, life seemed to never end. The days were long and the nights were even longer as it sat and lit. Until it spotted the pink candle in the window across the street. It was love at first sight. Of course, I went for candle romance. This might have to be a story on Substack. Thank you, Brain, for the idea. Welcome to IU Creates. Here's 2 of my works. I'm actually working on selling these 2. Although I don't want to sell Beware the Rooster, I discovered it might be worth just, $2,000 as I've put up there. We'll see. But yeah, this metal one was from Printful. Is that what it was? Yeah, Printful. I do not recommend getting their metal prints from Printful because the back, which is a wooden block, was just taped on, literally. It was not glued on. I had to fix this and glue it back. So the price is that because it's caused me so much trouble. It's the only one of its kind. I will be replacing this with a different kind of metal print. I'm testing some things right now. Hopefully something comes in later today. Here is more of the art around the space. I'm gonna give if I can get that top one. There we go. Yeah, I love her art. I love their artwork. I can never really remember. Oh man, this speaks a lot of me. I can never remember who does what. Yeah. This is one of the mentor arts. This whole row here I'm getting ready to show a little bit. All this art is in IU Creates. She's a really great artist. And by Drusha. And this guy doesn't usually paint. I won't say anymore. And I honestly don't know whose artwork. Oh, if I can stretch the arms. I honestly don't know whose artwork this is. I forgot this. I forgot who's the painter on this one. I get a shot. There we go. It's a little bit better. Yeah. Space. We don't have anything else in here. That's like the art alley right there. So yeah. So, taking a little bit of break. I'm almost at my first 1,000, which honestly means I didn't write a lot. Still, but I'm also just getting into the vibe, and it's only been a few minutes. This is usually where when I find something, I sit down and I think about it, because I've ran into something interesting about Mary. You see, I'm kind of revamping the idea of zombies. I'm creating kind of like a new type of zombie, and this is something that has been seen before in a music video. If that is any hint to what I might be what type of zombie I might be working with. I think I am going towards something more traditional, but with a twist. Yeah, it's that twist that's put an actual another wrench. Let's put another wrench in my plans. So yeah, see, when I combine, so the 2 characters I combined to make Mary, one is named Kath, and I've got to change that because I realized I got that name by accident from Critical Role. So I am changing that name because that is the name of their moon. Even though I find it a really cool name. But, obviously Kath is not inspired by the new moon, just the name. And she plays a very heavy role in a later novel that will come later down the timeline. On the other half of the timeline. Maybe in this one that might be where it crosses. I'm not completely sure. And not that it crosses, it's just a very special point. Two timelines meet. Anyway, I'm getting off sidetrack as one does. What I'm going to talk about, talk through is Kath and this other character named Inling. Now, Inling was supposed to be this character. She's named Inling. If you don't know what an Inling is, it means it's the last. It's a thing. It's a being. It's an animal person, as I'll put it on these terms. Animal person is the last of their kind. So, like the Tasmanian tiger, unless it's proven that we still have Tasmanian tigers around. In Australia, there was once one that was an Inling. There's also a bunch of extinct animals that would also have an Inling for the end of their line, sadly. And Inling was supposed to be this type of human that instead of speaking, she almost did like a dance version of sign language. So she'd go around and dance her speech in a way, and no one would be able to tell what she's doing because they all think she's just acting weird. She's supposed to be in the more apocalyptic side of things. Well, I've changed that, and with Inling not really serving a purpose anymore, it's better to combine that idea with Kath. Kath, who is forced to do ballet, also dances, so it's kind of a perfect match when you've got two characters that have something they can relate to, which is dance. And that's fine, but if they're related to dance, that means they're also related somehow to my dancing zombies. Yes, dancing zombies. Not inspired by Thriller, I promise. I had come up with this and maybe subconsciously remembered that or something, but it's like I haven't seen a story with dancing zombies in it. And it's fun to play with, honestly. I've played with it a couple times now, like one in The Prince and the Lantern that I was reading a while back. That's on hiatus for the moment, as I usually do with my stories. And one's coming out in the graphic novel that I know of that might change, but we'll see. And then there might be a sequel. We'll see. And then, of course, this novella, whatever it's going to be, probably a novel now, but we'll see. And it's so interesting to have this new-ish character, Mary, kind of take the place of Kath, but also take up Inling's role of being this dancing character. It's like, how often does she dance? Because the dancing zombies were supposed to do it all the time, and they could control their movements to some degree. That may be what Mary can do at this stage. Because I am changing things a little bit, and I just discovered my lovebird has chewed a hole in my shirt, of course. Thank you, Linus, for that hole. I will always remember you now today. I love the little guy. He's definitely a character. Anyway, the thing about Mary, I'm trying to decide, is she shuffle, moving, what do I want to say? What is her movement like? Is she dancing the whole way, and then she's got Satari following behind her? Like, is she dancing while holding Satari's hand? Like, how weird is that going to be? And because of where they're at, I think that might be the key. I think, honestly, she's from Rave World. And I think that is the key to why she shuffles and dances a lot. And it might affect Satari. I'm not sure. Like, can you have contagious dancing? I'll have to answer that in a few thousand words. That's not the twist with Satari, though. Satari being a little fun girl. I don't think I have not introduced Satari. Well, now I am. Satari is the other character I am working with, who plays a very important role throughout the story, and her story is a bit sad. And I'm hoping to kind of give her a different side than what I'm planning to in her story. She is like one of the most abused characters in my story, I think, so far. So for her to be with Mary is probably a blessing. And there is a twist. I'm not going to say the twist, but I've added a few things that won't be in her backstory. These things are a result of what happened in her backstory, which just happened, but I cannot tell it right now because I need to tell the other things first. It's the order I'm planning to tell things. Surprises for later. Trust me, I'm the writer. I know what I'm doing. I'm gonna go on a snack run because I'm kind of hungry. I didn't bring anything with me beyond lunchbox that is helping my phone stand up. I also really, really, really want some pop. I just haven't decided if I want Pepsi or Coke. It will depend on which way I go, I guess. And I'm thinking about going to go get me a cookie, one from the bakery that's just down the street. Actually, I wouldn't say just down the street. It's on campus, because that's where I'm at right now. Yeah, I mean, I've got my morning routine actually under control. And that means, you get here, you set up, and not only do you think about what you want to do for the day, but you also try to do the VSS story. I usually sit down and do the LinkedIn games because I feel like that helps get my brain going. It's a bunch of puzzles, I love puzzles. Oh boy, now I gotta fix my hair. I can do that while I talk. And at the same time, I've been trying to get my weight under control because I'm a little bit overweight. And I've been doing pretty good, but I think I've earned my cookie. I mean, you gotta have a treat every now and then. And like 3 days a week, I come up here and get a treat. That's probably bad of me to say, but still. Yeah, no. Some pop and some cookies, and that is pretty good. I mean, I've slowed down on pop a lot. Yeah. Okay, off we go, guys. I am back. I thought I took this video earlier, but I didn't. Taking off my jacket here while I speak. So I got back here with my 2 cookies, my 2 chocolate chip chunk cookies that I love, and I also got back with my Coke. However, I discovered I got the 0 kind by accident. And you see, my brain just can't handle... Back up. Okay. You see, my brain just can't handle aspartame like normal people. So I usually avoid it. 1 will not hurt me, so I'll be fine today. But that means I probably shouldn't drink anymore the rest of the week. I'll just get a normal Coke and Pepsi. Should have went to the other store, to be honest. Because then I wouldn't get them mixed up. Plus, I like Pepsi better anyway, but really wanted those cookies. Oh, yeah. I got the hard ones. I knew I should have went with the no base. That's okay. Not that picky. Why did I decide to create my own studios? I have this crazy dream. It's just let me just say this. It's a crazy dream I've had ever since I started writing. I started writing when I was in high school. That was 13 years ago, I think. And around 13, I might be going on 14 this year. I've lost count at this point. And it's just I don't know. I have a love for my stories. And like I said, I respect my characters highly. And that does include the stories too. I respect them for what they are and what they are presented as to me. And it's nothing, it's debatable sometimes because I do delve with real science. I do study real, theories, and things that people believe that could possibly happen in real science and weird science and things that just, classic science fiction with things that can't possibly happen. And everything I do based off of that, yeah, I'm taking it to the extreme. It most likely won't happen. It's not that I believe that there is, like, a glass palace outside of space and time itself. It's more like representing that there are more things out there that we have not discovered, including like our theories based on the levels of the multiverse. Like, well, if you've only got 4 levels of multiverses, what comes after that? And what are you going to call a multiverse, multiverses? It gets boring, and this is where my studio name comes in play. I will not say that studio name yet. So sorry, you will have to wait on that. So why do I write? Because it's fun. With all that science packed in there, I have a lot of fun, and I'm very serious about my work. I grew up kind of like getting, reprimanded for being silly. So a part of this vlogging is me giving myself permission to be a little bit silly. Do I sing at the end of the video? We'll see. And then just saying silly things, doing silly things, getting people on board to do some silly things right in the middle of something serious. I love anime, but there are just some anime that takes the silliness overboard, so it's about balance between silly, fun, play with the dark, dangerous, and highly emotional. This is what I do for a reason, so people can have fun while still connecting to characters and learning stuff, etc., etc. I write for those who may feel like they don't have a voice, or may feel like that people just don't understand them. I'm probably one of the few people who would understand, to be honest. And it's just something I've played with over time. Maybe I shouldn't say played with. It's just something I've experienced over time myself, of people just not understanding. That's not to say that the whole world is stupid or anything. It's just most people are caught up with themselves. At least that's my perspective on it. You may have a different perspective. That's perfectly okay. I just ask for respect on the various opinions that are out there, including mine. And we'll get along just fine. Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely different than most writers. Most writers and artists, with different points of views. That is what I was thinking. I'm gonna try to get you in the frame here. Turn the camera around. There we go. Yeah, no, that's what I was thinking while everybody's here, is actually do some vlogging, proper vlogging, now that
the selfie stick helps a lot, right? Because it's not like your hand.
Yeah, it's somewhere around here. I'll have to find it. I lost it, I think. Yeah. It's lunchtime.
It's lunchtime.
Yeah.
It's lunchtime. I might need to get myself some lunch. What time is it? 12:07?
12:07. I just got out of a meeting. So yeah, I got mashed potatoes and a sandwich.
Yeah, I gotta check how much blood money I have left.
Non-actual blood money, okay? It's,
I donated plasma for it, so I think it's actual blood money.
Just in case people confuse that for like a mafia term or something.
I'm not in a cult, they just donate plasma, don't worry.
Yeah, no, only I would think of that. Okay.